How's it going, everybody? It's been a while, needless to say, and I feel like this is something that's been a bit of a recurring theme, but if nothing else, I'm looking forward to this actually being the last of that indefinitely because it's just. Looking back on everything, I have to say it's really annoyed me how bad it was of me to let things get in terms of the amount of time between all of my posts at one point from one to another after weeks or even months or however long it may have been. But having said that, I was really struggling to get to doing anything with this for some time, largely because of the fact that I haven't really, I guess, gone public in this particular sense about this. But for those of you who don't know, because once this has been posted, I'm actually going to get the heads up of this out to all friends and family for the most part. But of course, people who are following me on Twitter or friends of mine on Facebook and so forth, they'll actually be aware of this too. So hopefully they'll be all checking this out, and hopefully you're seeing this too. But back in February, the day before Valentine's Day, more specifically, my grandmother passed away. And I'm not going to go into details as to what that was resulting from, but what I will say is that it's been a pretty difficult handful of months since then. I mean, really, that's not to say that the last year and some change hasn't been difficult for all of us in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, it has been for all the obvious reasons, and of course I won't go into any of that to make this as overblown as I have with a lot of my other videos in the past. But just the same, we actually had our celebration of life for my grandmother this past weekend, and really that was probably the one thing I was waiting for to have transpire before I had moved along with really a lot of things. And of course, having that all behind me now, it's just a lot easier for me to move along and actually make some progress in my life. And of course, losing someone that you love isn't easy. I know that many of you, if not all of you, will certainly relate to that in some way or another. But nonetheless, I just wanted to get that out there and out of the way as much or as best as I can. So now that that's the case, really all there is now is just to talk about my plans and what I have that I'm looking forward to here in the immediate and certainly the future down the road, at least as far as I can possibly think to do right now. Of course, I definitely am obviously going to get back into posting videos. If you're seeing this now, definite case that that's going to be what's happening. But of course, this morning I actually did a recording where it was along the lines of what I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's live reaction to ESPN's First Take. So definitely expect a lot more of those. In fact, what I'll be doing is I'll be live reacting and streaming it on Twitch. And of course, much like with what I have today, I'll be editing that out and just posting everything from really just subject to subject and go from there as far as that's concerned. So links for that as well as everything else will be down below. My Twitch, my Twitter, and that's really going to be all I'll have for right now. And anything else that I have to utilize where that's concerned, I'll definitely have that available as it's made available. So that being out of the way, Of course, along the way, I just hope to really do everything I can to build all this up. And it's not just going to be doing YouTube videos. There's going to be some things that I'm going to be doing writing wise. I actually had applied to become a writer for a site known as Sportskeeda. Some of you have probably heard of it, and for those of you who have not, just think of it as another form of Bleacher Report, but there's definitely some differences to it where that's concerned. I won't go into the specifications on that right now, but what I will say is that, I haven't really been accepted for that, so what I'll be doing meantime, in between time until I am accepted into that, or if I get into something else, particularly like a Bleacher Report or anything of that ilk, I'm just going to be putting together what we'll just look at as sample pieces for right now, and it's going to be really a lot of what I would be talking about in these videos, whether it's sports, pro wrestling, or just whatever else may be coming to mind at the time. I mean, those are going to be the main focuses of this channel. But from time to time, I'll put up other stuff as well, or just really just generally shoot the shit just for the sake of, shooting the shit. Pardon my French and all that, but I just tell it how it is, really. That's all there is to that, and those that know me well enough know that when I really want to, that's pretty much what you get from me where that's concerned. But that's really all I have as far as all that goes. Just look forward to all of those things, hopefully, and, definitely, if you don't mind, definitely drop me a like down below with a thumbs up, and certainly subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave a comment if you want to. Definitely appreciate those as well. Any kind of feedback is definitely great feedback, be it positive or negative, and if I'm able to, I'll certainly respond to that accordingly. But with that said, I'm going to move on to a couple of other things that I'm about to post here, at least one in particular that I'm going to do right after I finished with recording this. And with that being the case, I thank you very much for your time and attention, and I hope that your day is a good one. Take care.